Hi YouTube, welcome or welcome back. It's Antasia back with another video, and today we're doing a late night video. I'm not sure what time is it. Around the time that I post this video, I'm not sure what time it is where you are, but after this video I just want to tell you good night, good morning, whichever one. But I'm up in the late night thinking about accountability, as you can see by the title, and it's something that I stand on 10 toes down, that I do daily, because every day is a day to learn and grow. And I feel like that's what accountability stems from. That's where it starts and that's where it ends as well. So I did make a post a few I would say a few days ago, talking about accountability, and I'm going to pull it up really quick and read it to you all. So I said, accountability is so important. No matter if it hurts, it does hurt. Who wants to be the villain and be on the chopping block? No one. I get it. But in order to work on our toxic behaviors and our unhealthy indulgences, we have to target the root problem and stand in our wrongdoings. We cannot grow if we don't stop hiding behind the rocks we throw. It's time to stop deflecting and reflect. So with accountability, I think that reflection is the first step, right? Because I feel like a person who doesn't sit back in a quiet space and reflect and be like, dang, I did do that. Dang, that was wrong of me. I didn't have to do all of that. I could have reacted differently. And accountability is like, I would say accountability is like a wound. And like with a wound, like you get a scratch or you get like this deep cut. Now you have to nurture that wound. You have to make sure you're cleaning it and you're taking care of it daily, and you have to make sure that you're making sure that it heals, so that way it can grow back to its full potential, right? And so that's what I can use accountability as a great example, using that, because it's like with accountability, you have to stand in what you did. You have to see the wound that you made from you on another person. And you have to think, I have to heal that. I can't like hit it anymore. It's going to get worse. I can't bump it. It's going to get worse. I can't scratch it. It's going to get worse. I have to let that heal, right? And so I feel like within that, accountability is so important to me personally, because I know that nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect watching this video. Your ex wasn't perfect. Your mom isn't perfect. Your dad isn't perfect. Your grandma isn't perfect. Your teacher isn't perfect. But the things we do to people, we can't try to like flip the script and say, oh, they were the issue. I don't care how I reacted to them. They were the issue. No, you can't flip the script and make the reaction the issue when your actions lit the match. When somebody does something to somebody, you're going to get a reaction based on what you did, how you said it, what tone you used. All of those things matter. And so when somebody reacts to your disrespect, now they're wrong. And I have dealt with that so many times in my life. I have dealt with so many people doing things to me, and then once I reacted, I was the bad person. And I'm confused, because it's like, you came at me wrong, so how did you expect me to react to that? I didn't come in there guns blazing on you. You came in there guns blazing on me. So what reaction can you expect from disrespect? And with accountability, it's like, I know accountability hurts. Like, I know it doesn't feel good to be like the villain and be on the chopping block and being talked about and being your flaws being pointed out from another person. It doesn't feel good. Like, I absolutely dislike it so much. But then again, I love it, because like I get a chance to hear what you're saying and then reflect on that. If I'm not going to say if I feel it's true, if there's a constant pattern, and then I come to the conscious reality and be like, dang, I am doing that. I actually like it. And then I think like accountability is the most attractive thing you can do. Like that is so attractive. When you see a person say, yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I didn't have to do that. Yeah, I didn't have to come at you like that. I'm the blame for that. I need to work on myself. I think that's the most attractive thing in the world, because it's hard to do something like that. It's hard to get and take accountability. I feel like most of us grew up with either, I'm not going to say like your parents, or it was some type of adult that didn't take accountability. And so when we get into relationships and things, like we always think that we're coming into that relationship or that friendship or anything perfect. We're coming into that like, I'm a good person. So we don't think to ourselves like, I'm the problem. I started that. I'm the blame. I have these issues. I mean, I don't know when's the last time I heard someone who fell out with a certain person. When I hear their side of the story, I just hear they. I never hear me, I hear they did this to me, and I just couldn't deal with it no more. And I just had to, that's what I hear all the time. Like I never hear, well, you know, I did lack in this area. I did come at them wrong, so that caused me to go to jail. Or I did hit that person, so that caused them to be in the house. Like, you don't know. Like, it's always like, oh, well, she made me do that. He made me do that. If they didn't do that to me, I wouldn't have did that. And I think accountability is about self-control too. No human, nothing in this world can make you do anything. You do it because you want to. You do it because sometimes we're unconscious when we're doing things because we're not thinking. And in this moment of accountability for me, I have chosen to think before I speak to anybody. Because I noticed that when I think, it helps me regulate my emotions before I can like respond to somebody. Back then, I was just jumping down somebody's throat. I was, you know, my emotions just spoke for me, and that got me nowhere but constant arguments, toxic situations. I'm turning into a person that I don't know. And it's because I genuinely in my heart felt like I didn't do anything wrong to that person. But as we go through life, I had to realize that everybody has done something to somebody that has brought that person trauma. So if you're single, you're divorced, you just got out of a relationship, anything that happens to us, because we're all human, we're all going to experience it. Arguments. You gave that person some type of trauma. You left that person with some type of scar. There's no way that you did not. Whether it was like lying or cheating, or you put your hands on somebody, or you verbally abused them, physically, emotionally, you gave that person some sort of trauma that now they have to walk through life with because of their experience with you. I've hurt people. I'm sure somebody walking around, one of my exes or a friend is walking around, I wouldn't say holding on to something I did to them, but when they think about me, they're going to remember the trauma that I brought to them. Because that's a natural, like, human reaction to something or a thought process. I don't feel good about that. And it's not about, saying you can take accountability. It's about the actions after you take accountability that makes the accountability worth having. Because I can sit here and say all day, like, oh yeah, I take accountability for that. But what did I do to make sure that I took accountability for real? Like, did I work on myself? Did I do that again? Did I change from that lesson? Did I learn from that? I can't just say, oh, I'm gonna take accountability. Yeah, I did that. I was wrong, and then I do it again. That the accountability didn't even work. I didn't grow. So it's just something that, you know, with me going through things in life, I just learned that life experiences bring lessons that we have to learn from. And we can't always just think that I feel like we're all good people in a sense, but we are people who do bad things too, unintentionally sometimes, and intentionally, because the emotions are heightened and we hurt people. I mean, I feel like you can love somebody and still hurt them. But I feel like accountability is something that's the first step towards your growth as a person. Because one thing about it, hurt people hurt people. And if you, like, I feel like it stems down from childhood too. Like, if you grew up in a household where, like, your mom was always right, your dad was always right, what you said nothing you said as a child mattered. You didn't get up, nobody apologized to you. It was like you were wrong constantly. Like, nobody gave you that sense of, like, security or helped you regulate your emotions. So we all grow up with our childhood traumas and things that we saw as kids, and we dump that onto a relationship when we get older because we don't know better. But I feel like once you acknowledge what happened to you and what you went through, then you can live past that and beyond that, and dig deeper into yourself, so that way you can be better than that. You have to soothe your childhood as well, because accountability is not easy. It's not easy to, you know, I guess, be mean to yourself. It's not, because we all just feel like we just perfect, but we're not perfect. And I just wish people would understand that we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Anybody that you get with after a strained or a failed relationship, that person is not going to be perfect. Like, you're going to have to work through things. So, like I said, accountability is very important. You have to love yourself. And I feel like I said, that's the most attractive thing I feel like somebody can do, is take accountability, because that's showing self-love. Yeah. I take accountability every day, and it's my responsibility to fix my issues. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that this video helped you. I hope that my vulnerability made you feel like you're not alone in what you go through as a human. 'Cause I'm just a girl from Texas. But I would love future me to look back on these videos and be like, girl, you was really, like, healing. You was really doing it because you took accountability. That doesn't make me less of a good person taking accountability for my horrible actions. I feel like I'm still a good person. I just have my issues just like everybody else. And I'm growing through them. Yeah. So, I love you so much. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. You get some rest. And don't be too hard on yourself. Love yourself. Self-love in every aspect will help you. Bye.